Alright, hello everybody, yeah, we're live. Okay, hello.
Hi all.
Hi.
Just something real quick. You probably noticed that I made a new addition to the stream's overlay, and it's there because of where I stand. I stand with the world's black community in a fight against racism, prejudice, police brutality, and hatred. All lives can't matter until Black Lives Matter. Innocent people are being abused by people of power, and this can stand no longer. If you can, please help out those less privileged than yourself by donating to Black Lives Matter Foundation and their partners in these trying times. And with that, I'll give the reins back to the cat, and we can actually play our fun Retroverse game.
Yeah, so if you're hearing any sound in the background, that is Sirenscape. They're super cool. Go check them out. And I think that's pretty much our main announcements. I can't remember how much Sirenscape is a month anymore because I don't remember.
Around 12 to 13, I think.
Something like that, yeah. But they're super cool. They have sound sets for fantasy, sci-fi, and board games. And I'm actually surprisingly getting a lot of use out of the board game ones because a lot of board games have like very unique and awesome settings. So go check it out. We use the beta player and it's fucking awesome. And with that, does anybody want to try and recap what the hell happened last time?
I roped a guy with a chain and like he had a fucking head crab in his head. Although it was actually more like a brain dog. And fought off some weird pro Cyblight agents, or in the basketball tournament, and it was really fucked. And people almost died.
So I believe the name that we had come up with for those things was Devs for Cyblight Intellect Devourers.
Mm.
I like the name. It's like a computer dev or something, you know?
Yeah.
Yes.
So you guys had encountered those things as they were trying to infect Bark's team and invade their minds and possibly also infect them with the Cyblight virus. You defeated them, killed all of the brain things, delivered one in a bucket, mostly in one piece, to the professor. And shortly after that, while you guys were sitting down to grab a bite to eat and try and relax, Sammi was decidedly less so relaxed as she was hit with a just wave of intense pain and cold as she took a buttload of damage and realized that she was fairly certain that Vina is in danger. You guys quickly threw together some type of plan of how to get to the moon, where you know that she is. You gained access to the professor's spaceship, which his spaceship Vagabond. And I'll say right about now, you guys have just begun boarding it, basically. For what it looks very much like what a real life idea of what a spaceship should look like in the 60s or so. It's pretty retro looking by real life and Retroverse standards. It's definitely dusty, but it looks like it's in good working conditions, not falling apart or anything. And as soon as you guys entered, you all heard, "Hello, Professor Shockner. Your last update was the first Hickman of Munkus 21YE. Would you like to install updates now?"
Boop, I press yes.
Yes.
Okay. You go ahead and hit yes, and the entire ship sort of like hums to life as it's got like the loading sign. Based on how quickly it's loading, you don't think it's going to take longer than a couple of minutes. Other things here on the ship, there's in the front where like in the cockpit area, there are two seats, like a pilot seat and a co-pilot seat. A third one that's sitting next to a panel, you're not 100% sure what it does, because none of you guys have ever really been in spaceships before. I don't think any of you guys have the proficiency air vehicles, right?
No.
Oh, cat.
Yes.
But my computer is reading out.
Rip. I think
Be able to remember how to fly a ship.
so. We could hardly hear you, but what I'm assuming you were asking is, does Sammi remember how to fly a ship because Vina can?
Yeah.
Okay, there we go. I will say that you can try. It's going to be harder. You'd be using Sammy's bonus for it, so you wouldn't have proficiency. But you at least, I would say you wouldn't have proficiency in it, but I would give you advantage.
Okay. Yeah, okay.
But there, so
Guys,
there's
don't worry, I did this before. It's fine.
So there's the pilot seat and the co-pilot seat, and then the third one off to the side, and then a like sort of leather like recline like couch seat in the back that could probably fit maybe about 4 or 5 other people. But that's just the cockpit. There are other sections of the ship. There's like a very small area of quarters. It looks like there are 2 rooms that have 1 bed each, and then a small privy, and then the what you're assuming is like the equivalent of the science wing. It holds that weird device that the professor told you about, called the rejuvenation device. It's a tall tube of blue liquid that has attached to it these 3 like uncomfortable looking stools, and 3 metal like helmet cap things. And you know that this is the device he told you guys would allow you to try and get a little bit of a breather before you reach the moon. In effect, it gives you a short rest. So you can roll hit dice, you can regain whatever you would regain on a short rest. But only 3 of you can use it. And you can't use it again until a month has passed. But also you only have enough fuel to cover it for 3 of you anyway. And then there are other like computers in here and what looks like a small table filled with various different science materials and whatnot as well. So what do you guys want to do?
Looks over at Lyra. How injured is she still? I think you're fully healed.
We took a rest, didn't we?
We didn't have a full rest, but
we didn't have any rest yet.
She is more than halfway there, so she's fine.
Yeah, you guys did not take a long rest because when you were sitting down discussing it, Sammi felt another wave of that pain coming. And you got the feeling that you don't really want to wait too long.
I mean, we probably have time to do it when we're flying. Also.
Simon's going to inspect the science deck, just like the area in general, but he does not need it to take a. He does not need to take a breather. He's all right.
Barkley, I guess, does because he's over half, but he's pretty hurt.
I will say Sammi, based on what she remembers from what Vina's memories, sort of playing with the computer, it pulls up you input your destination, the moon, and based on what you're seeing on the computer, you're thinking it would take about only 15-20 minutes to get there. And the professor told you that it only takes the rejuvenation pod 10 minutes.
Do it, Bark.
Get ready. I think we're about to do some fighting.
Okay.
I would say probably would have to be like Lyra and Bark and Sammi, if it was my opinion.
Definitely Sammi after 70 some psychic damage you've taken.
was
That's
a bit.
fine. Less than 70. That's fine. I'm fine.
Markley's like,
Only-
well, the first thing you gotta know before you go into a big game is you gotta do some stretches. This is our metaphorical stretch for you. Go. And I'm like pushing you in.
Stop. What if somebody does get hurt? What if somebody gets, like, actually hurt?
Well, you won't be of any help if you don't fully rest. I don't know if she could hear me say that.
People who get hurt. It's not the boy.
How much of that did you hear, Aya?
She's still catching up, I think.
Because my computer sucks. What is happening today? Oh my god. I'm not, like, I have nothing open.
Well, that's psychic damage she's taking.
She's speaking through time and dial up.
Speaking through time and
It's
knowledge.
more bandwidth than graphics card.
Yeah.
Okay, it's your internet, not your computer.
Yeah, well, my internet is garbage, so.
Well, it's cleaned up now, so.
Did you hear what I said at all? Or
It's just really. My friend is probably hurt, and I need to make sure that we get there and get her out of there. What if she needs help?
well, that's
What
what
if
we're
she's dying?
that's what we're doing right now. Somebody start up the engines.
For what it's worth, you don't you can't use it. You can't either. Okay, so when the thing is used, it consumes the entire dosage of that like power cell the professor gave you. So if you wanted to try and let Vina use it, you guys would all have to wait. You wouldn't be able to use it at all until you got to Vina. It's the catnap spell, effectively.
All right, who needs healing? Except for Bark.
So the way it works is you spend 10 minutes and up to 3 of you can get a short rest. I don't know how many of you have abilities that refresh on a short rest or who would be hurt enough to use the hit dice or what have you.
I've only used like 3 key points or 3 code points, and I'm not hurt, so I'm doing okay.
I think all I would get back is hit points, but you know what? Might as well.
Yeah, I have hit points. too.
Lyra would get back all of her hype points.
I only get hit points back.
Oh, I would get my hollow armor back that I never use. Yeah, okay, so I guess I drag her in, and I drag Lyra in because she was hurt before.
And we have a nice 10-minute power hour.
Exactly.
How long is the flight time to the moon?
10 minutes.
Yeah, Sammi estimated that it would be about a 15 or 20 minute flight.
Okay.
Or a power hour. For sure.
I will say that if you would like to, Sammi, you can go ahead and try and set it up to be on like autopilot and do your piloting roll, just so that it will get you like so you guys can get out of orbit, and then once you're like out of the atmosphere, you can let it go on basically cruise control and go take your cat nap.
I can get back code points on a 30-minute rest. Do you think if I started now that I could just meditate in a corner and get that back?
You would probably arrive there before 30 minutes pass.
Okay.
What am I rolling?
This would be rolling an intelligence check without proficiency but with advantage.
Nope.
What'd you get?
I got 10.
Oh,
Okay.
you know what? Disregarded everything I just said. I was reading the text wrong.
Oh, okay. Like, it's not the most difficult thing. You do manage to get out of the atmosphere. It does rock quite a bit. Those of you who are not sitting at the time probably, actually, fuck it. Roll dex saves, everybody that would not have been sitting when they, when you guys leave the atmosphere.
I think with a +4 intelligence, I would have had sense enough to sit the fuck down. That's right.
That's
And
wisdom.
would definitely have recommended the same.
Okay. I will say, you guys are all sitting down. It's definitely rough. Probably a little scary, considering none of you have ever actually done this before, I don't think.
Oh, there's a elf bard. It's a little rough. Weird. Sorry, other campaign. Anyway.
Listen, I only remember what Vina remembers. She flew like ships from like. What would you happen?
Jesse started singing because his
Bard went
character,
by.
Okay.
his
I
half
thought
elf
you were talking
rogue.
about Hurts, and I was confused.
No, his half elf
No, the other
rogue in
half-elf.
our Waterdeep game. His name is Rogue or
Rogue?
Rogue.
Yeah, it's impossible to
Yep,
pronounce.
Rogue. Uh-huh.
ROGH.
Anywho, yeah, so you guys are out of the atmosphere. It definitely rattled around a lot, made some pretty uncomfortable noises, but you guys are out and in cruise control. Who is taking that short rest?
Me?
I
Okay.
guess me too.
All right, so go ahead and roll your hit dice to heal, if you would,
Alright.
or whatever you're doing. Just
I-
so you know you
I
did.
did that on mute. My hit dice are D10s. It took 7 of them to fully heal.
Oof.
Yikes. On dice.
Well, hey, it's only like just over half.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not gonna fully heal. That's for sure.
I mean, what else are you going to use them for?
Yeah, I was gonna say, is you're not really gonna get another chance to
Yeah.
do this today, so you may as well pop them off.
And remember that when you roll hit dice to heal during a short rest, you heal the dice plus your con modifier every time
On each dice, yeah.
on each dice. Yes.
Yeah, so you had a lot of hit points to get back, didn't you, bud?
Yeah.
What
I
are you
only
up
got a
to
plus
now?
1. Well, I'm up to 77. That's my full hit points. Yeah, you're con-based, so you're fine.
Yeah. There's like, I don't know who it is, how they're organized on the overlay because I don't remember. There's a line down my screen of the 3 people I picked on the last 2 sessions. So, you guys sit in the awkward, uncomfortable chairs, and at first you're like, okay, this is gonna be weird. This is not gonna be comfortable. As soon as you sit down and put the cap on, it feels like you are just like, it's the equivalent to that feeling of like stepping into a cool pool on a hot day, and you don't really remember anything after that moment until you hear the machine beep and you guys start looking around, and all of the people who had been in the room when you sat down are not there anymore, presumably, or have moved because the 10 minutes have passed. In the meantime, is there anything that the rest of you guys want to do in the 10 minute or so that it takes for them to come out of the device?
Crypto wants to look around, probably the cockpit or something, just for like a user manual, just in case something happens and that autopilot doesn't work.
It
I
took
would like to
9
assist
hit
with
dice,
that.
and I'm still not in full.
His parents, because it's Neutron City, really liked the old sci-fi movies, so he has that little bit of like, right, I know it's been a couple years, but what did they do on that thing? Probably should have brought duct tape,
Oh boy.
yeah,
Yeah,
just in
I'll
case there's
tell
a
you what.
hole.
I'll take over the search for the instruction manual with my plus 13 investigation. You can search the whole out for structural defects. Yeah.
For what?
Structural defects, things we're gonna have to make sure don't break.
Yeah.
That's gonna be a dirty 30.
Oh, nice. Okay.
I hope that's a dirty 30. I don't know how you can get a natural.
It rhymed, so I had to.
Roll a D100.
Well, if you're getting that 20, and then would
My
that
wife
be a natural 30 then?
I guess.
Well, natural means that's what you rolled on the dice.
I guess.
Yeah.
I guess so. You're right. You're right.
Well, technically, but whatever. Anyway.
All right, Nigel, calm down.
Okay.
Flustered and
So-
nerd.
I rolled a 13 for investigation.
Okay.
Oh, I would have, on my AEN glasses, would have set the stream's title to 10-minute lo-fi space music mix. And I have them like floating in the tank next to the window, looking out in space or something.
Like the animation loop is just them just floating by the tank.
Mhm.
I love it.
Okay, now I need you to do Barkley, like doing like the steady girl.
If I knew
Like-
if I knew how to animate and I had the patience for it, I totally would make like a Barkley lo-fi thing.
Amazing.
Okay, so while searching around, Simon, the first thing that you find that startles you a little bit, you're sort of like shuffling through the stuff in one of the like cabinets in the cargo area, or in the cockpit area, and this little like square-ish machine you just sort of like shove to the side, and you put it down, and then it scuttles off and moves, and you sort of look after it, and it apparently has these little tiny wheels, and it is just zooming away from you and out of the cockpit.
Can I attempt to catch it with just a little, like an unarmed strike as a reaction?
Go for it, sure.
Just to knock it over. Like, I don't want to whap it, like kill it dead, but I want to definitely tip it over and find out what it is.
Okay.
Okay. That's probably going to get it. Hang on a second. I gotta figure out what my unarmed strike is worth. +5. Okay. So yeah, it's gonna be 17 to hit.
Yeah, you knock it over, and the little wheels continue to whir. And looking at the underside of it, you see it's got like these little bristles on the bottom of it, towards where the front of it has sort of had been in the direction it had been heading.
Okay.
And you see like a model number on the bottom of it, but it doesn't have like a name or anything. It's just a model number.
Does it look like it's been tampered with or anything, or does it just look like a little Roomba thing?
I mean, it looks like a little Roomba thing. It also definitely looks like somebody has like patched it up. It's got little bits of like the equivalent of duct tape all over it, and various bits of like it's been repaired and damaged and repaired again. It is a very old and damaged Roomba that
Okay.
you had just
well loved and
you
not
had just
necessarily-
knocked it off the charging base, which is why it woke up.
Oh. Okay. Well, I will very gingerly place it back down and pat it gently on the top of its chassis and go on about my business.
Other stuff you find in there, like a old rusty like satellite dish. Looks like a very so like you pick it up and like, oh, that's gonna be moldy. You pick up like what looked like it used to be a bag of trail mix, and you're like, oh, it's gonna be all green and blue. It is literal dust. There is nothing left. It is just a bag of dust.
Good Lord. So either this thing is way older than the professor led us to believe, or he's been flying through some kind of a temporal vortex, because I'm pretty sure this trail mix predates the Stone Age.
You do, however, digging around in the back there, though, eventually find, along with an assortment of other junk that isn't really worth paying attention to, you do find
What the hell is a
user manual.
holophoner?
That's what Barkley's
Alright.
proficient with.
You do find the manual, and it is pretty old. Actually, it does have a date on there.
Ship model 0.8.
It's like, do I need like a language check on this, or do I at least need like?
You do not. However, okay, so looking at it, the year that it looks like this thing was published was 21YA. And sort of like skimming through it, it's all written in it's like typed in common. However, scrawled in the margins are notes in Draconic.
I don't understand that language, so I'll have to find someone that does.
Do some of the characters like glow a little bit And then like when he goes to read them, he like learns the word.
No.
Oh. I tried.
He's already one troop.
No. I decided for my ridiculous language I was going to speak Trog, so that's yet to really avail me of anything. But anyway.
What language are you speaking of?
Oh no, the text is also is like common and draconic in the margins, but I was saying is I decided from like my extra language that I got from my background I went with Frog and corrupted. So
Well, I can't speak Draconic, but somebody else I know can.
somebody you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll definitely pass
Caroline.
on. Does anybody know how to read this?
I wouldn't know. I'm in the thing.
Ball it.
But the rest of the thing is written in common. Like you can understand it. It's just the notes that you're not sure of.
Okay. Does your AEN headset have like live translation on it? Like comprehend languages built into the headset?
Unfortunately, no.
That'd be a cool feature, though.
My phone does.
Crypto scanning around the ship looking for like structural issues. You do find several places where it looks like I'll say that like firstly just looking at like investigating, more so you're spotting them just because it's your natural perception for just noticing things that look out of place. Basically your passive perception. You're seeing a lot of like areas where it looks like it's been repaired from like damage to the ship. And the repairs are relatively we lost Simon's video and I'm guessing broke everything.
Yeah, it like shifted to your spot. Your camera went to where his is, and I had to zoom in for his phone thing, so it was just like your face really big in his spot. That's why I went Sorry, folks.
But there are lots of areas where it looks like it's been repaired. The one that you notice first is actually a pretty large area, like probably about 2 feet wide or so. And it's been covered with another sheet of metal that's been like soldered smooth. It definitely looks like this ship's been through a firefight of some kind, or at least a fair amount of damage. But the way that it's been repaired, it's been nicely repaired. It doesn't look like it's gonna shake apart at all. Sort of scanning around the rest of the place, you do when you start like you were like poking into the rooms where like the like sleeping areas were. Just sort of like doing a cursory glance over, you do see behind one of the doors is what looks like a collection of several very, very, very old bottles of booze. As well as more like you like glancing around, you were like checking against the walls and sort of like fallen behind a like a cupboard area is a sheaf, like a the equivalent of like a spiral bound notebook, that when you glance through it, that is also written entirely in Draconic. But you don't see
either hold on to that or put that somewhere where I can grab it later, because I can't read that.
Yeah, but you don't see any structural defects. You're seeing looks like they've been repaired nicely.
That's good, at least.
Yeah. So unless the rest of you do anything else, after 10 minutes or so, the rest of the crew wake from their nap.
Nothing like a good pint of milk. Get things going again.
Sorry, I accidentally like was pressing like a button and there was like 1 billion zeros on my screen and freaked me out.
In this instruction manual, do I see any kind of indication that there's weapon systems on this ship?
You do, yeah. They're
Are they fully operational?
Are they fully functional? Making them operational.
So the handbook refers to them as I'm trying to think of a word of deterrence systems. Basically, you get the feeling they're not super helpful in combat. They're basically just enough to scare off would-be pirates that are in an equivalent class ship.
So it's the equivalent of like when there's like aerial combat and they shoot homing missiles and they shoot the flares out. It's like that kind of stuff.
They're
chaff is
like
different.
actual guns, but you don't have missiles. You have like
No, I mean like it's the deterrent
Yeah.
for stuff like that.
That's chaff. That's to confuse the missiles. She's
Mhm.
talking about like small arms fire stuff, just to
Yes.
give them the run, but not actually blow them up fully.
Yeah,
Mm.
you do have proper weapons. It's a energy cannon, but it's pretty low grade.
How big is it?
You would have the handbook. I'll say that it's probably about
Does the handbook have the blueprints of it for in there?
oh boy,
Is it a Haynes manual? Yeah.
it does.
Because I think she sees the
does.
loophole I'm seeing here with the Holoknights, hollow
You just got the
weapons.
schematic for you just got the schematic for an arcane cannon.
That I can summon as an action.
Hot damn. Cool.
I go to read it and I'm like, hey chat, do any of you know Draconic?
I like it.
Okay, actually, yeah. So I will say that as you're sort of scanning it, chat is telling you that the notes in the margins are talking about how it is weak sauce, or that is the closest equivalent into common from Draconic, and that
Apparently it is made
we'll
of
need
mild
to give it up.
sauces. We need highly acidic sauces?
and the notes mention I'll have to hype that up later.
Oh, Lyra, I think we need your hype thing.
Okay.
Lyra, hype me up!
I will say that the
Ukulele.
manual does say that there's like a limit to how often you can use it. Like it has to recharge after a certain time. So effectively, after you use it a number of times, you need to have a short rest. But really, it's the machine that needs a short rest to recharge.
So what you're telling me,
Is I'm giving you an arcane cannon, but you can only use it once a short rest.
no, what you're telling me is, if I hypothetically, we're gonna say this isn't practical for a Holoknight. He's not gonna add it to his list. Thank you though.
I mean, why not? You have like a
Go ahead,
gazillion
fuck it.
things
I
you
mean,
can.
Because
Might need a god.
ammo's never an issue. They say the weapons specifically say if it's a ranged weapon with projectiles, it's you don't, they just conjure them. And I need to wait a long time to use it again. Bonus action dismiss it, action next round to summon it again. It's fine. It's a brand new one. That's why I'm not going to do that. That's why I'm not going
Read
to
is
do
written.
that.
That would be how it goes.
Yeah,
That is weird, yeah.
because that's a siege weapon. I mean, they.
It's
Yeah,
unwieldy as fuck. Like
I was just
I would
thinking
say
a
that it would
ballista.
do.
I know that's old school, but like a Hollow
Maybe
Knight
fire
would
at
technically
disadvantage.
be able to do that with a ballista.
Yeah.
It would just take a long time to fire. I think it takes like 3 actions to fire it and reload.
Yeah, it's definitely not
Oh, I can just make doubles of myself.
super efficient.
I make a ballista.
Oh my god.
I'm kidding, I'm kidding.
Can we move on?
I said
Yeah,
you
let's move
could,
on.
Yeah.
Let's move on.
Damn,
Anyway.
hateful.
Oh, well, this thing's interesting. I will totally make notes of this. Chat, I won't make notes of this.
Yeah, make notes of this. You like
I mean, if
instantly
you-
get like a Google Doc of like all of the
I'll
things.
just get out. I'll
No,
just
it's-
get out my camera phone and literally just take some pictures of the pages for later.
No,
I mean,
it's not.
like, we don't have to complicate this shit.
It's not a Google Doc. It's a Moogle Rock.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
fuck, man.
Oh wait, no, Moogle's copyrighted.
What?
Moogle's
Oh,
from
Moogle.
Final Fantasy, right?
Copyrighted. I heard a different word there at first. Sorry.
Oh, yeah. No, not that. Anyway.
Anyway,
Moving on.
Hey, we're there.
so sorry, I just took a bite of my food. So basically, as Lyra and Sammi come out of the device and sort of like walk into the cockpit where Bark and Simon are sort of scouring over this manual. You guys see through the they're actual like proper windows, though you would know by reading the handbook that there is like a force field in front of it protecting the windows so it doesn't obviously shatter upon entering an atmosphere. You can see the moon growing larger and larger, and it looks exactly like you expected, but still pretty incredible considering none of you have ever really been here before. And aside from the craters and like a ridge of mountains that covers a huge portion of the planet, it looks barren and peaceful. There's no sign of a secret base or dangers of any kind that you can see.
Well, if it was a secret base, then it wouldn't be seen from space. Just saying.
And as you guys sort of go a little closer, you're sort of coming from a little bit of an angle. You see something on the other side of the planet. Or the other side of the moon.
On the dark side of it?
Yeah.
Nice.
Except it's not on it's not on the planet. It's a spaceship. And as you get closer, you see more and more of it. It is an absolutely massive battle cruiser.
Is it shaped like Yost's foot that he used to smite the laser dragon tyrant?
It's not shaped like a foot.
Okay.
It's sort of shaped like a. It's not a foot.
He kicked him and did over 200 damage. So.
It's sort of shaped like a almost like a very blunted hammer. Like it's wider at the front and then has a longer base at a longer shaft.
Yeah, I was about to say the hammer. Mm-hmm. I've heard that musical.
Anyway.
This is not.
And you can clearly see the Henshin symbol on the side, on the like front nose of it. And then as you get closer, you realize it is tilted, like in orbit instead of like going flat. It's like on an angle, a steep angle.
I swear, if you're making this Dead Space.
And
I mean,
as you.
Yas did blow up the moon, and it did make a giant anti-magic crater.
And as you guys get further around and see more of this, you can actually see why it is tilted. There are dozens and dozens of small ships that are like brightly colored. There's one that's like silver and almost shaped like a bird. All flitting around this ship, and the Henshin battlecruiser is firing on them, but it definitely looks like they've taken some heavy damage. And then you realize that those colorful ships are not necessarily ships at all. Many of them are Zords, the Gigazords that are attacking this this Ranger battlecruiser.
All right, I retract my last statement I made. Barkley climbs out of there because he doesn't need to breathe, and he makes a hollow artillery cannon.
Wait, where are they attacking though?
What are we attacking? Zords or the ship?
So first off,
Why
getting
are they
out of the
attacking?
ship, you don't need to breathe.
Nope.
Motherfuck.
No.
That's cool as shit. I'm not gonna lie.
If you want to get
specifically broken, you are for this moment.
if you want to go Kevin,
like,
if you want to go Kevin, you could say
spaceships-
like the space radiation from the nearby
Like,
star would have still affect me, but whatever.
Spaceship battles and ghosts are the
Yeah.
ultimate just win scenario for Restless Holoknights.
Haha, little did you know, Space Ghost,
It's
I am
so
4
cold in
times
space.
more effective against you.
You are
Oh, maybe
4
it's
This
times
is
Sorry.
like
ago.
my final four.
Um,
I
You
get
can
more
still
powerful
freeze.
with space
Match against Space
radiation.
Skeleton.
I don't actually know how much the vacuum would fuck up a skeleton, because, like, isn't the reason the vacuum is bad for us because we need to breathe and need moisture in our body?
No, I was thinking the gamma radiation from, the freaking star. There's no
Oh,
atmosphere.
yeah, no, it's gonna fuck you up, but,
You can turn into the Incredible Skull, so that's cool.
anyway,
My body melts away and I just turn into a flame skull. Sweet.
So as Bark is processing the, can I actually climb out of this thing and make that happen?
I feel like I would probably try to stop him from walking out the hatch.
Well, that's why I said he was thinking about it. An explosion on the surface draws all of your eyes. And on the surface, you now see, as you're sort of like going around and see more of the planet's or the moon's surface from the other side of the ship, you see a massive facility, sort of like a large warehouse. In the center is like a large warehouse, and it's beside a rounded building, and then 6 branching tunnels going in different directions, almost like limbs. And several points on the base are being attacked simultaneously, it seems. And then another explosion shakes one of these buildings. One of the tunnels lifts upwards like a snake and smacks down, just completely, utterly destroying the sword as it just goes skidding across the surface and into the distance. And then each of the other tunnels move, and the entire structure starts to lift itself off of the planet.
Motherfucker, is it a gigantic, like, giga octopus sword?
And the entire structure stands up as if it were a massive 2-legged, 4-armed creature, not unlike a colossal Modron.
Is it a one-eye, one-horned, and purple?
The top of the like circular structure towards the top is painted red, almost like a silly-looking hat.
What is this? Is this gyro?
I quickly, on my glasses, type in the party hat emoji, and I just send it.
Just the spinner cap one.
And then, because that's one specifically on Twitch, so then, of course, chat probably just spams it.
And I'll say, at that point, when you guys are like, what the fuck is happening? There is a sort of blip on the screen, and a window opens up as if it for a video call. It seems one of the other ships is hailing you.
Gage.
Roger, this is Rusty Ducky, over.
Rusty Ducky.
Come on, Synthwave.
That is the name of the ship that's canon now.
We read you on the synth waves. This is Rusty Ducky, over.
Jesse looks so disappointed in us.
Simon looks very disappointed in y'all.
I want a lot of starship trips. I'm excited.
The name that comes up for it is Ranger Command Battleship Destiny. That's hailing you, and you click it, and there is a captain, or at least a high-ranking Henshin, sort of standing there in full costume but not wearing a helmet. And she says, "What are you guys? Civilian ships cannot be here. This is this space is restricted, and we're in the middle of a fucking fight. Get out. You need to leave. We can cover you, but you need to flee now."
Begging your pardon, ma'am. This is Simon Skullgobber representing the ship here. We have a teammate here who is somehow fundamentally linked to one of your rangers that is currently undergoing some very major distress planetside.
We are here to assist.
Land and extract.
We're here on a important mission, and we need to get down to the moon.
We're here to assist and possibly protect Vena, over.
She just kind of puts her hand over you. She's like, "No, we can't say that."
He takes off the hollow aviators and they disappear. And he's like, "What? What are you talking about? What?"
You can't say the name. That's the whole point. It's like a whole thing. Do you not remember? We went through this. Nobody would tell us anything because we,
Well, I thought if we would throw the name, then it'd be like, "Oh crap, they know about her, so they must be like on her side."
We're looking
she's supposed
for
to be
the
so
lunar
secret.
night. We're looking for the lunar night.
She's Martha.
I will say this woman.
We're looking for Martha. Yeah.
Get out.
Banana.
I will say, looking at this person, she definitely looks distressed. You can actually see like she's got like a big purple bruise on the side of her eye. She's a human woman, and definitely looks like she's taken some hits in this ship, whether just from the damage of explosions rocking the ship or if they've been boarded or what have you. I will say one of you go ahead and make a persuasion check, please. I will say because everyone did help that whoever rolls can roll with advantage.
I do have a +8.
I'll give
so-
somebody else advantage. My bonus to charisma is 1, so it's not my gag.
Oh,
Give him the puppy eyes.
Crypto.
Rip.
I was gonna say, let Sammy do it. She's a ranger. She can talk to him.
What about Lyra?
Is she also? She's not. I mean, although Lyra probably has the best persuasion.
Probably.
What is it?
What are you doing?
I mean, it's +4, so I mean.
I have a +8 to persuasion.
All
There you
right,
go.
Sammy, puppy
Better
eyes. Here you go.
persuasion than Lyra.
You have advantage because everyone's helping, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, let's see.
We believe in you. Power of friendship. Boom.
Ah, friendship, heart of the cards, and all that jazz. 26.
Okay, so.
Use the spleen of the cards.
Well, puppy eyes.
The duodenum of the cards.
She sort of looks at you and is very hesitant and then starts looking in the background, and you guys can see behind her is what's clearly like a cockpit, but much larger than what you guys have. There are probably about 15 different people all in either Henshin uniforms, like they had the like civilian uniforms, or in actual armor, running around, like actually operating, moving the ship and everything, and there's chaos in the background. And I will say, let's see who is Crypto, Daiyo, Simon. All of you recognize where she is looking. There is a familiar suit of sort of metallic red that she's sort of looking towards. You're pretty sure that that's Voxheart.
Ah,
Like he's just hanging out, or is he like?
You dead?
But, like he's off screen. He's like talking to her, but you can't really hear it because it sounds like she's probably muted it so that she can have a conversation with her team.
Sorry,
And
I could just
also,
imagine
like,
him like notice the call and be like,
right.
Would you be crying in a pizzeria?
We know that guy.
What happened to? I guess he's here now.
Didn't we
Bob,
touch
what
that
have
guy?
you been up to?
And she sort of, okay, apparently you have the permission of Ranger Prime. All right, we'll cover
Is
you.
that the
Where
old
do you need
guy?
to go?
That's the guy.
"Where do you need us?" I have hollow 5 o'clock shadow on now with the hollow button.
You suddenly got like ballistas on your like chest. It's like really gritty. Somehow you have like chest pecs and like it doesn't even make any sense.
I have the JoJo cheekbone lines,
Do you need help? We
but
can
not the
help.
shoulders. I do not have
No,
those shoulders.
the shoulders.
Yeah. Let us help.
Um,
Give me a
Let us
sword.
help you.
She says, we're good if you need to get to the surface. And then as she says that, there's another explosion that you see on screen, and she sort of like stumbles a little bit, and she says, if whatever, ending this fastest will be the best. If you can end it more quickly on the surface, do it. If not, we can beam you aboard.
Where's the moon? Where was the Moon Knight last?
The what?
The Moon Knight? Lunar Knight?
Oh, the Lunar Night. my brain heard "Where was the moon last night?" and I'm like, "Fucking here! It didn't leave."
That's what they want you to think.
She actually said I have no idea. I have never heard of the Lunar Night, but Voxherd says that she is probably on the surface. Potentially in, I believe that's called Project Gyro?
Project Gyro?
Base. Not quite,
Pronounced
but yeah.
Euro.
Jesse.
Are you sure it's not gyro?
My boy!
I'm sorry.
I'm very unhappy.
I am so sorry.
Look what they did to my son.
That's how they pronounce it around here. Like the Greek Americans around here are like, it's Gyro. Don't call it anything else. I'm serious. But anyway, this project to be named. All right. All right. Well, you guys are gonna cover us then. Thank you very much. I guess that's where we're going. All right.
God damn it. And the Mola Ram Award for ripping my fucking heart out goes to Sabrina. Oh my god.
I'm sorry. I'm not sorry.
Oh, baby boy, what have they done to you?
So what are you guys doing?
We have to help them, right? We can't just walk past them. There's people that are hurt.
She, for what it's worth, we're gonna try and solve this. Call us if you decide what you're doing. The bay doors will open for you. We've scanned your ship and you're considered a friendly. And she ends the call because she's got other shit to deal with.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I will say, actually, when she ends the call, the handful of you that have like stupid high passive perception, so Crypto Daiyo and Simon, you all notice people or people running onto the deck of the cockpit is the word. My brain is just going to like fucking naval ships.
Space.
Yeah.
I mean, most people do for space battle.
And at first, you were like, "Oh, okay, it's more people to like help put out the fires and shit." No, those individuals have dog heads, but not like a Wunari, but the sort of like much sharper, pointed ones that you last saw in a cemetery.
Jackal?
Mm-hmm.
Simon, was that the... Did we see those things before?
Yeah, that's the Dark Henshin buddies.
Shadow?
Shadow
Shadow.
Henshin.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Yeah.
Kind of.
The bad Henshin has the super cool robots. Bad super cool robots. Yeah.
And as you guys are seeing that, there is a another explosion from the far end of the ship that's like furthest from where you guys are, as like it and it's not like a burst of fire, it's as if the entire the like part of the ship exploded outward, and from inside the ship going through it is another Zord. But this one is absolutely massive. It's probably about like 40 feet tall or so. It has these massive wings, and it has 5 heads. And it's sort of painted this
It's a draconic.
this shiny shiny colors, and one of the heads is white, one is black, one is red, one is green, and one is blue.
So when it like spreads its wings out and presents itself, we get like these kanji that comes up, and it's like Mechamot. Get some dramatic dun 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 or whatever. Some old school Godzilla music starts the intimidating dum 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 kind of music.
Blah, blah, blah.
I was about to say Lluis is like, yes.
Daiyo is conflicted.
Oh, I can
What do
study.
you guys want to do?
We're too old for this shit.
Are there any bombs on this
old
ship?
for this shit. The oldest of you is like in their 30s. Shut the
Okay,
fuck up.
all right. I need to make some kind of a check, like insight or like just an intelligence check
Mark is
based on.
4 years old.
He's baby.
Are there any bombs on this ship?
Do bombs work in space?
Maybe
They do in Star
we're not
Wars.
Sure. And I didn't hear what you said, Jesse.
So I need to make like, I guess like an insight check or just like an intelligence check based on what I've been reading in the manual.
Okay, to determine what.
Do I think that this ship, if used as a spear, would be able to at least structurally survive ramming the hull of Project Fuck You over there?
Project Fuck You being the 5-headed dragon Zord?
Yeah.
Let Project 5 you 5 times.
You're thinking no. This is primarily a travel ship. It's not meant for combat. And I'll say you guys did have 10 minutes to discuss it. When Crypto came back and mentioned the repairs that he'd seen, it looks like the last time this ship was in a combat, it was totaled. Like, they put this thing back together piece by piece.
Oh, great.
Hey guys, good news. The ship's. Oh my god.
Okay, so
What the hell is that?
Oh, I gotta ask, is there artificial gravity on our ship? Oh, that's actually pretty nice. Okay.
Man,
We
do you
should-
think we can pilot gyro?
Well, I was expecting like Crypto to be like, "Hey, look, I found chips," and we're like floating, right? And she's like, "Oh my god!" And like a single chip's just.
There's like a Pringle, like.
Just one Pringle.
Oh, like the whole stack just kind of floats away.
In its tube form, just.
Hmm.
yeah, we should steal some Shadow Henshin Zords.
Can we do that?
I don't know how. I just want to pilot the Zord.
Okay.
I'll say everybody that went to the museum can go ahead and make a intelligence check. And I think that was everybody, so go for it.
Got brain blast.
I'll say, Sammi, you would have advantage on this because Vina is very familiar with what this is concerning.
I question it though, like, does she like have like memories of it? Because like they were connected, she can't really reach her memories right now.
Right.
Really a question.
Valid.
Like,
Okay, here's the question. How much attention would Sammi have paid to Zords in the museum? Enough to get advantage or no?
no.
Okay, then roll.
11. Is this
Okay.
history?
Can
Would
I,
this be
can I
history?
roll an advantage because like I'm just a huge nerd and love museums and shit?
I bought like 5 books while we were there.
Can I roll an advantage because I'm
I'm gonna
a
say
prodigy?
No.
I got 14.
I'll say this would be a history check.
Okay, well,
I was about to say, I think Simon's proficient with history, right?
yeah, I'm proficient. It makes it a 16. That's cool.
Yeah. 11.
Okay.
I also got an 11.
11 club.
Yeah.
I got a 4. That's
I don't know. I don't know. You're like right here for me. So.
Okay, I need to know, what did Sammi get now?
I got 14.
Okay. Just 4, 11, 11, 11. 14 and 16. Okay.
I got
So-
a 9.
Oh, sorry, and a 9. So Sammi, you're fairly certain that non-Henshin can't really operate Zords, but you don't exactly remember why. Simon, you remember why. And you remember because you remember being fascinated by the video where they effectively put a crash dummy into a Zord while it was unauthorized, and it chewed it up and fucked it up. Apparently, if an unauthorized user tries to enter a Zord, they take a significant amount of damage.
Oh boy.
Okay. I want to make an insight check. Do I think that I could combine this replica recaster that I've had in my pocket, along with my ability to hack things and trick the security system into thinking I'm queer?
You're not sure, but probably not, considering it's just a toy. It's not like... It'd be one thing like if it was a broken recaster that was like from an actual person.
Like, you understand that like a large part of Simon's ability is literally rewriting reality. So even if fudge reality doesn't cut it, or the hack tool to like try and actually hack the security system, like literally hack the security system, I could still try an ex machina and like use it like a wish to make it like a real recast.
Like temporarily, maybe.
Yeah, like you can try. You're not sure if it would work or not. It's kind of up to.
I feel like the universe has already ruled against me here, so I'm just gonna.
Do you have an inspiration
I'm just saying,
point?
like it's a lot of.
Does Simon have an inspiration point?
Yes.
I don't remember.
Yes, he does.
You can try it. You just know that it would probably hurt a lot if it fails.
Would the inspiration point help?
I would say it would help, but we'll yeah. It would help, but I'm not sure how yet.
Sorry, I'm just really fighting for
Well,
this. I kind of want to see this
I'll
happen.
let you chew on that then for the time being.
Okay, what are you guys doing?
I don't know how to fight things in the ship.
I don't know how to fight things.
There's only one artillery gun, right?
For now, yeah.
I make a copy of myself using a spell slot, and he gets an artillery gun.
Okay.
Holy fucking shit. So you two go outside, and then somebody will fire the actual gun in here. Okay.
Uh-huh.
No, I mean like the actual one. I don't conjure one since there's one in here on the ship.
For what it's worth, the one that's on the ship is like it's attached to the ship. You'd have to sit in the third seat over there behind in the cockpit. That's where you would fire that gun from.
Yeah, my duplicate goes there.
Okay. All right.
Okay. So
What about
New
the rest of
plan,
you? What
we-
are you doing?
try to move the ship somewhere we can get off and start killing stuff.
Lyra would like to go to the moon.
Lyra wants to see pretty girls right now.
The moon is a place. I mean, that's the best thing we have so far. So yeah.
Crypto thought underwater was a hellhole. This place sucks. Let's get to the moon.
I mean,
Underwater
it is a
was a
never-ending
paradise.
void in space. I'm sure it does very much suck. Yes,
Yeah, it is vacuum, so it would suck. Yeah.
exactly. That's what I'm saying.
As you guys are discussing it, that draconic Zord sort of rears back and just releases this just arc of freezing cold.
Ooh.
Countercode.
Which creeps all over the ship, freezing it, and a lot of the like cannons and weaponry on the ship freeze over, and there are like small explosions as the like missiles that were trying to come out backfire and can't break through the ice.
Ooh, Retroverse spell idea. It's called antifreeze.
Nice.
I don't think the cruiser got this at all.
We should help them.
Guys,
Ow.
do you think it's what's his name? The old dude's son or whatever?
Less talk, more action, and I'm like,
What do I do?
I'm like two levers, and I like make the rocket go towards the dragon thing because I'm an idiot.
Nice.
All right.
We're just gonna abandon Vina?
We're not abandoning her. We're saving her.
Imagine he hits things and the windshield wipers go.
A cup holder pops out.
It's not the most complex system once you get it going. I'll say, I mean, it was already mostly in cruise control.
What ability check would this be?
This would be an intelligence check.
Okay.
I was too stupid for this.
14.
Okay. You're going towards it. I will say.
How fast? Did I accidentally hit hyperspeed?
No.
Okay, good. We don't have a Star Wars thing.
Well, like.
Spoilers.
We have a 1 in a million
Yeah,
shot.
I don't think this thing would have a hyperspace
Never told me odds.
thing on it. Anyway,
Warp 9!
okay, however,
Mr.
it
Berkeley!
is chaos out there, so I need you to go ahead and make a dexterity check to try and avoid all of the other targets that are shooting at everything in the sky.
Ooh, okay. Can I use sleight of hand for like quick
Sure.
Joy-Con action on the
Sure.
controller?
Yeah, because this is more of like hand-eye coordination of trying to predict where enemy fire is going to be coming from.
Everyone, fasten your hip bones. And I get a 23.
Oh shit! Nice. Yeah, like
We're going double helix.
Mark clearly doesn't know what he's doing, and because he doesn't know what he's doing, he literally throws you guys into a barrel roll to avoid something, and is like, "I didn't think that would work, but it worked really well." And it was a little disorienting because all of you, like, literally saw, like, you were aware that you went upside down and everything, but because of the artificial gravity, nothing changed. You're still standing, like, on the roof. You were still standing on the roof unmoved the entire time, basically, because artificial gravity. And you are, you can get very close to that, Dragon Zord.
Okay, I have a question.
Um,
Do spells work in space?
Are we going dark matter?
It depends on the spell, because like some spells, if it's a line, it wouldn't be able to go through the glass windshield.
Or like if it's
and
an
the
object
range is
within
much
range.
larger.
Are
Like
these
what
the kind of
spell?
arcane cannons that you can shove like evocation spells into and they come out bigger on the other end? Or is it just a big laser gun that goes pew?
It's just a big laser gun that goes pew.
Like if I were to fire a firebolt.
That
to
would
lean
not
out the
work.
window.
No,
We're
'cause that has
technically
to
in
go, like,
total
in a
cover,
line.
and so are they.
Yeah.
Can I release some bees outside?
They die.
Oh,
What are they
poor
going to
bees.
fly in?
They're ethereal bees.
Oh, they're ethereal. Okay, I'm like,
Oh,
they're gonna
ethereal.
die.
Oh,
Like,
And they'll
they
be
are
gone.
space ghosts.
Force ghost bees. Mm-hmm.
we'll tell you, Zords are not a thing to fuck with. Like, especially one that's as large as this. You guys have heard from being in the museum of things called Gigazords. The dragon that you're looking at is definitely one of them. And
Isn't this basically like Tiamat in robot form?
GM telling you this, you guys know that thing is powerful. It is not exactly what it is in the test wave.
Should have gone to the moon.
Maybe we should go down to the planet and try to get that robot and
That's what I've been saying this entire time.
As you guys
Oh, she
come
get
Yeah,
Rena
let's
before
go,
she gets
yeah.
caught up in all this. If
as
she
you
hasn't
guys
already.
come closer, one of the heads, the white one, sort of like turns to look at you and snarls, and you can see. I will say.
Daiyo just salutes. That was just like,
Simon.
hey.
Simon and Daiyo, both of you recognize there is a humanoid in the eye that you're seeing. There is a pilot in that thing, and then it goes to try and bite your ship.
I rolled.
Invasive maneuvers!
I rolled to dodge.
Kind of
Wait, hold on. What is the range there? Like between us and the head?
300
no
feet.
melee.
I'm kind of going cinematic on this one because you're in a spaceship. It can go basically as fast as it needs to.
Okay.
But the Zord is also going incredibly fast. It tries to snap at you, but because I am rolling, and even on a fucking electronic dice roller, I rolled garbage.
Yay!
And Bark did roll
I mean,
really well
aw.
for his evasive maneuvers. It does snap at you, but it does miss. As Bark again sends you into another spiral in the opposite direction past this thing.
I try to.
Okay.
I'm trying to go towards
Guys,
that spot they said that would open up.
Let's go down
Okay.
to the planet. I feel like.
Too late now. We're already in it.
And I feel like the grid itself is speaking to me.
Okay,
That's
out-
what I'm saying. We
I-
should
I-
go.
I
out of
really wanna do a
character.
thing, but it's a terrible idea. I really want to do a thing, but it's a
I-
terrible idea. I have the ability to warp into the window, or I have line of sight. I can warp into that cockpit, and I can choke out that motherfucker with my chain.
That's a bad idea.
Can you only do it by
Bad
yourself?
idea.
Can you not take anyone with you?
No, it's just me.
I was about to say Barkley would join you because
That's a bad idea.
I
I'm
mean,
taking the reins for Barkley.
if
I'm just
Barkley wants to
saying-
join
I'm
you,
like-
you
And then
know
Daiyo
it's a
would be
bad
like-
idea.
Daiyo would be like,
his
oh.
body and I'm moving him. It's
If you move Daiyo inside, it will be like, how you doing? Pilot.
Oh my gosh.
So don't do that.
If
What are you
anybody
guys
can teleport,
doing?
they can teleport
I'm
to me.
trying. I'm trying to veer towards the entryway.
Okay.
The whole reason I pulled this stunt is because I was just trying to help them by being an additional distraction for the thing, so it's not just all firing on their faces.
It's certainly distracted. Like it's annoyed as fuck at you. Just like this little.
basically
There are
me
multiple
going
ships
a
up
mic.
here. So like there are multiple ships up here. There's the main battle cruiser, and then there are several smaller, which you're guessing are also Ranger Command ships. The effective like fighter jets. You are the equivalent of a VW bug versus a tank.
hmm
And you just flew up to the Tiamat mech. The white dragon head is very annoyed at your stupidity and courage.
I don't know how good its perception is, but it might see a bony finger through the window as we veer away.
Oh my!
As I give him a grin.
I want to fight that thing too, and honestly, I would if I could get up there and try to stop a punch it.
You-
But
Please tell me. we
You know
can
what,
come
for
back to
funsies?
Black and Bean.
Because we were close enough.
no.
Bark thing number 1 is in the artillery thing. Can he attempt to fire at it? I doubt it's gonna hurt it.
Shoot him in the eye.
God, I hope you hit it and just.
I don't fire until I see the white of its eyes.
I hope that you fire right the like exact right place and like fucking Star Wars that shit.
If you guys weren't in here, I'd be like,
Roll it.
honey, I'm ho into it. Anyway.
So
What's the bonus to hit? Doesn't matter, net 20. Oh my god.
you hit it.
Yeah, let us to the exhaust port. Come on.
I'm just spinning, and like all the turret's just going like this, right? Because we're spinning, and just
Okay.
somehow, luckily, it's something critical.
So,
I
so
can't believe
minor
Mark spent
mechanic
the last
thing.
4 years hitting swamp rats.
Because
Oh,
I
that
want to
hurt.
try and make the mechs be, or the Zords be more powerful. Typically, only like non-other Zords have a ton of difficulty actually fighting them, because that's the whole reason you get into Zord fights. Because if you're in the Zord, the only thing that can hurt a Zord is Zord. It will still do damage, and you did crit. So roll.
I don't think you could see it, but there was the net 20.
Yeah.
Dang.
So I will tell you that Bark realizes this thing takes a good solid like 3 or 4 rounds to recharge after you use it, because it just the firing rate, not the ammunition. But yeah, roll 16 d10 for me.
Okay. As I fire, the visors like have like a shine like gling, and I go, "You're blue now."
Ah! Oh my god, he uses special attack.
He blew himself.
How many was that again?
16,
Okay.
because it was 8d6 times 2.
Oh, D6. Sorry.
Wait, did I say?
Said D10,
Oh no, I
thought.
said d10. Yes, d10.
Anything on top of those? I assume not.
No.
82.
So you hit it, and I'll say It's cool. You hit it square in that like white dragon head, and you were expecting like like laser, maybe like a beam of force or something. It is a goddamn Tesla cannon. There is a big ass line of just electricity that arcs through it, hits this dragon this dragon head straight in the face, and it sort of like it literally shakes its head like an animal and then looks to you. And roll initiative, please.
Oh my
Extreme speed.
We're all gonna die.
Because of my extreme speed, it went from a nat 1 to nat 20 again.
Wow.
Holy shit.
So what's my total? Let's see.
I can't believe this is the bark arc. I really didn't expect that.
23.
The bark arc.
Wait, you only have I thought you have a +4.
Do I have a +4?
That's what I have written down.
No, new? It's my dex.
Alright.
That's my proficiency bonus, you're probably seeing.
Okay, so what about everyone else? When does 19? When does crypto go?
15.
Oh, nice. Sammi?
Oh, I got a what was it? Where did it go? Oh, I got a 6. I'm sorry, 7. I can count. It wasn't even that high. What is wrong with you?
Daiyo, what did you get?
9.
Lyra?
20.
Okay. So, Bark,
That's
what you do.
That's what I get for flirting with death, alright.
Yeah.
What do? You know it's gonna take several seconds or rounds to get that thing to fire again.
Okay.
You are, however,
hold.
not next to, because you're in the seat, or actually, fuck no, your duplicate you're driving the ship and firing. You goddamn extra motherfucker. What do you do?
I'm gonna holler at you to bring her around so we can hit him again.
I use an action
I will say that
to summon another artillery gun.
those of you with higher passive perceptions, Daiyo, Simon, and Crypto, it did hit, and it did do some damage, but it doesn't look like it's a lot at all. It looks more
It's
like
a
it
scratch,
just
maybe.
pissed it off and singed its eyebrows.
Oh, I know, but now I was planning to do the stupid thing.
Okay. Bark, you're summoning another cannon thing?
As my action, yes.
Okay.
I'm trying to see if I can do anything else as a bonus action. Should have had Test Wave 2 open. Does it look like what's the range of it from us, I should ask?
The range of the creature?
Yeah.
It is probably about 300 feet away or so.
Okay. That's fair. Even if I had Spell Sniper, I wouldn't be in range of that one. And that takes an action, so... Oh well.
The speed of the ship.
Well, I'm not gonna move towards it, you kidding? I don't want to kill you guys. I'm sure I can be an idiot, but I'm not gonna kill you guys. Well, okay, I use my action to try to kite away from it and head towards where we're supposed to be going.
Okay. So are you not making the weapon, or...?
No, I am, as an action.
Okay.
But I'm using my movement for the piloting, if that's...
You
Is
said
that fine?
action.
Because in, 5e has vehicle rules.
Yeah,
and
I think
normally,
it's typically
it's the pilot has to use their action to move it.
Yeah, I'll say that,
Because if that's the case, then I won't summon the artillery cannon and I'll just steer us away.
Yeah,
I'm
I'll say
fine
that
with
it's easy enough that somebody else could move you away from it, or you would have to use your action to move it. But the controls are easy enough that anybody can do it.
All right, I use my action to move us away.
Okay.
That's my turn. That's it.
Okay. Cool. All right. Lyra, you're moving away from the dragon thing. After Bark hit it in the face with a big bolt of lightning. What do you want to do?
Very, very frightening. I guess I I don't know what to do. She's freaking out. So she's like runs around for a minute and then she like turns to Bark and she like I guess apparently takes a shot of ale and then cast bravado buffer so Bark now has 20 temporary hit points.
Oh, thank you. I don't think that'll help if it destroys the ship, but thank you.
I know, but she doesn't. I don't have anything else.
Yeah. I let you beat up the biggest bad guy in my campaign, and this is how you repay me.
That was your mistake. I didn't tell you.
Immediate response. That is your problem. Oh, Callie, you have hype dice, right?
Oh yeah.
You could give them to people. Maybe not me. I already went.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'll do. I'll just start giving hype dice to everybody. So like,
You get a hype dice.
you get hype dice. Let's see how many people are there. She's freaking out. How many people are there? 1,
5 others.
2, 3, 5 others. Okay, so
Can you give them
each.
to everybody, or
Oh, I think
is it one
so.
person at a time? I don't know.
Oh.
It's you use your action to
God, I gotta
Oprah.
go all the way.
Well, is it hype dice or hype points? Because I think
It's
like
hype
you
point.
Points.
Everybody look under your seat. Everybody has a hype point. Yay!
It's one creature.
Mhm.
All right. Well,
Give-
I'll start like I'll just start doing it every round then. So Sammi, you get 2 hype points.
Okay. Simon, what do you want to do?
Can I man the actual mounted cannon and try and put one across the nose?
That's what Hollow Bark is using.
Oh, I thought he was using his own
No.
hollow-generated one.
Nope.
He was gonna do that, and then he realized he had to decide between making a hollow one and moving the ship away from Mechamet, and decided against that.
I had to decide making another pea shooter against our tank or trying to get the fuck out of here.
Well, I guess it would behoove me at this point to recall any kind of defensive adaptations on this ship, like chaff or cloaking devices or little micro warp jump things.
Can you cast haste on the gun?
Is there a bathroom on the ship?
Because, like, literally the only other thing I could try to do is, like, use my Ex Machina power to try and whisk
Yes,
this
there
fucker
is
to
a head
somewhere
on
else.
the ship. There is a bathroom.
Maybe you can like open like the
Jettison
disposal
the head.
thing and throw all the shit on Diamond's face, you know, like
Oh my god.
Wow.
it will
Guys,
distract.
This is a
That's-
bad idea. We're all gonna fucking die.
You know how small
I
it is?
will-
I don't think you would even notice.
I will say, Simon, you did
How far away are we now?
I will say that now you are.
So we were
Um,
300.
Yeah, I'll say that you are now like 600 feet away from it.
Okay.
It does have something of a cloaking device, though you're not entirely sure how it works because the only indication that you have of it is the hand-drawn sketch of it with all of the writing in Draconic above it that you can't understand.
Okay.
But it basically, it gives you enough to figure out how to activate it, but you don't know how it works or what it looks like.
There's not a diagram of the activation device, but I know how to activate it.
Like it shows you like what it has like a sketch of what button it has, like the sequence on the keyboard for how to activate it. But you're not sure how effective it's going to be. It's literally just a napkin sketch of the ship with like these like grid lines over it which you're
Oh.
assuming looks like it's either some kind of protective field or a way of like going incognito or some such.
Okay. So, all right, then he's gonna use his movement to get over to the console and his action to basically neo-type this shit and try and activate a sequence muttering under his breath. I really hope this is not the beaded curtain button.
The what button?
Beaded curtain button.
Or the muffin button.
I was like, I don't know what kind of weird shit the professor's put in here. He probably has like a shag pad button in here somewhere.
Shag pad button would be nice.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Doesn't
baby.
have an improbability drive.
God, what I wouldn't give to have that right now, because I would really, literally rather be anywhere else.
So you activate it, and all of you feel this sort of pulse of energy, and you all visibly see very, very faint glowing grid lines over the top the like screen of the ship. And you guys don't see it, but outside the entire ship is coated with that sort of like grid line energy.
Grid-tastic.
Can I use my bonus action and a code point to scan Mecha Hamlet and get an HP count?
Is it just question marks?
God, fuck, I hope not.
Is it just sort of online and there's like 5
999.
health bars on it? It's using the new Mystic mechanic, but 5 times over instead of just once.
If you want to spend the point, yeah.
Yeah, I'd like to know what its hit points look like.
Okay.
How many mega hit points does it have?
You quiet your mouth.
And it's its current hit points, right?
Yeah.
Hang on while I math.
Oh boy.
I just read your name, Simon Space Goblin. I sent it to you in a private message.
Thank you.
9,999 minus 88.
And that's just one head.
That's just one.
Yeah, that's 1 of 5. Yeah.
Fucking Cal added all those hit points when like Yas broke this, like all of the shit last time.
Okay, so he's gonna do that, and then he's gonna say, "Eat."
Ew.
And yeah,
Oh no.
so for Mecha Med's action, she's gonna try and
Mommy.
Smooches.
it's not a smooch. It's not a smooch. Yeah, she's gonna attempt to claw.
Want to smooch a dying Robo-Macathord.
We still have the age-old debate: how do you smooch a dragon? Just boops on the nose? Do they open their mouth wide open and just turn it sideways?
It's not a smooch. Definitely not a smooch.
Well, according to Lluis, it's just kind of like a lot of tongue.
Yeah.
So she she does a sort of roundabout thing where she zooms out towards where you guys are, sends one like winged claw, or do they have claws on the end of the wings?
On the middle.
Wing talons.
Yeah, she's
Bats
gonna
have
try that.
those.
She's going to try, and she grabs the edge of your ship, like the wing of it, and attempts to swing you guys around and smash you into the side of the Destiny, the Henshin battle cruiser.
So,
She rolled a nat 20 to hit you.
Cool.
so it's a high five.
However, you do have the grid field active. So you guys do smash into the ship, but you can definitely feel like that impact is abated some. I need, the ship takes a significant amount of damage, and I need all of you to go ahead and make dexterity checks, please.
Wait, dex saving throws, I assume?
Yes, dex saving.
Finally.
Someone
My
let you
time
out of
has
your
come.
cage?
I rolled over a 5.
High
Oh,
five.
over a 5.
Rip.
Sorry.
So what did Bark get?
22.
You take 11 points of bludgeoning damage.
I choose to
Uh,
take it later.
Crypto, what do you get?
I rolled a 15.
I think that was a 15.
Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, I rolled a 15. Part of one of the shield master feats I have, if you're subjected to an effect that allows you to make a dex saving throw to only take half damage. Is that what we're doing?
Yeah.
Is
this
that from your
full
shield
full?
master?
I think it has to target you specifically for it to be useful with that fit.
Well, it has that when you can add your shield bonus to dexterity saving throws against like a spell. But if you're the last bullet point on the shield master feat, if you're subjected to an effect that allows you to make a dex saving throw to only take half damage, you can use it to take no damage if you succeed on the saving throw, interposing your shield between yourself and the source of the effect.
That's nice.
If it's the wall of the ship,
Yeah.
That's a shield evasion. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like Captain America when it jumps from the ceiling.
I'll say, would... Yeah, because you have like a physical shield, right? Or do you only have the energy shield?
I have one of the small one. It's only a +1.
Yeah.
A buckler.
I'll
I
say
have the
yeah.
energy one.
I will say yes, you can use that to negate the damage. Basically, what had happened is when that happened, it threw all of you out of your seats, basically, considering you just got fucking yeeted into another spaceship. But you do manage to have your shield take most of the blow. What did Lyra get?
9.
Oh,
That is 21 points of bludgeoning damage to Lyra.
I have to ask, were you able to give me that temporary hit points, or is that hype dice instead?
No, I could do hype dice as a bonus action, so you do have the temporary hit.
Oh wow, okay. I'm not even hurt. Holy crap.
What did Daiyo get?
Not 20.
Nice.
So 25.
Yeah, so you would take half, so that is 10. What did Sammi get?
What am I rolling?
A dex save.
Dexterity saving throw.
Got it. I got a 21.
21?
I apologize if I literally am so distracted because my computer is just freaking out.
Yeah, it is.
Did you get above a 15, dear?
I got 21!
Yeah, I thought she said 21. I was pretty
Okay. You take pass, so you take half, so you take 10 damage. And then what about Simon? We can't hear you. You're muted. There you go.
I got a nat 20 for a 22.
Nice.
All these
Okay,
nat
so half,
20s.
so 10 damage. And that's her action. And then after that, would normally be crypto, but is actually another thing. Sammi,
Always a good
I'm
sign.
sorry. I need you to make another con saving throw, please.
Did it just ram our ship into the lunar night?
I got a 6.
Aya, why are you so bad at con saves?
Why you don't have hype dice?
I
I
don't think it will
got
help.
reverse dice.
I rolled a 4 on the dice. It's like,
Rough day.
That is 23 points of psychic damage as you feel again that wave of pain and distress wash over you, which I feel like Aya is experiencing in real life. And Crypto, it's your turn. What do you want to do?
I guess what Crypto will do for now is he'll go to Sammi and cast Cure Wounds. So that way she doesn't die before we get to the
Before
Lunar
we
Night.
get there.
I'm fine. I have enough to like survive.
Well, let's either do that or just sit in the co-pilot seat reading Bark's book.
Alright, fair enough.
So yeah.
Wow, Miss Frizzle, this is a crazy Magic School Bus ride.
Oh wait, what was that one? De-Fragger ability.
Okay, how much
Oh,
damage
no.
did I take?
23. Psychic.
Okay.
1 or 2 reroll. Okay. That's better. Plus, I think that would be. I think you got back 8. Yeah. Plus ability mod. Yeah. So you got back 8 HP for now. That's. And now he's gonna go sit in the co-pilot seat and just put his feet up on the dashboard. Be like, well, this is what we're doing.
Where I die.
Slouch,
Daiyo,
hands
what do
in-
you want to do?
Daiyo, take the wheel.
Okay.
Alright. If you insist.
I can do that, yeah. I was gonna do the throwing all the shit to the face, but yeah, let's better. Yeah. I can take. Can I pilot?
If I can, anyone can.
Any of you can try.
It's dex based.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, I can do that. I'll lit a cigarette and get in the.
This is the most casual escape I've
Yeah.
ever seen. Half of the
And-
crew's freaking out, and Crypto and
I like to
I are
think-
just like,
I like to think
"Alright,
everybody,
let's fucking go.
everybody's literally like jumbling and like crashing everywhere as this thing's moving, but Daiyo and Crypto are just unaffected. And they're just,
I will though like pat on Crypto's leg, so it takes the feet off the. Come on, dude.
Fine.
This
knocks
is
over the bag of
respectful.
chips.
I'm like
Ah,
smoking
chips.
on the cockpit.
Nice.
What kind? Oh, this is an old rocket, right? What kind of carpet do we got here? Do we got like 70s, like really thick carpet?
Oh yeah, it's like that like real thick carpet that's like bright orange. But it's got like a weird swirly design on it, so it's like bright orange and then like teal blue.
Something you could just lay there and
The
just like
bowling alley
rub your
carpet.
hand on it and
Yes,
be like,
it's
yeah.
bowling alley carpet.
Oh,
Also,
no.
I sent you a message
Oh, good. Where?
in Zoom.
Alright.
Also, I believe it's your turn.
Yes, to the answer of
Okay.
your question.
wait,
Okay.
Daiyo just.
Yeah, but can I move the ship? Or...
Oh shit. Sorry.
I actually will put the turning lights one side and turn the other one.
So,
Okay,
like-
how do you have blinking lights on a ship? Like you're going in like 3-dimensional space. So how do you turn?
There's like a cross.
Does,
It's so
light.
fucking-
does Daiyo have
a
an inspiration
D-pad.
point?
It's just like a like LCD light, and it just points in the direction you need to go.
The reason I asked the inspiration point is because I just remembered the trope mechanic. And you could be like, you use the blinker thing to throw them off. Normally the ship doesn't have a blinker, but for that specific trope, it just happens or something. I don't know.
I'd allow it. That would be hilarious. I will say, so you can't move the ship because like mechanically the ship's only allowed to go so many feet around or whatever, and it already has moved that. I will say, if you would like, you can use you can make a deception check to try and psych out the Tiamat and decide where so that it can't follow you next time.
Okay.
You go to psych it out, and it's like reading its calculations and goes, oh crap, that's the wrong number.
Lyri's first time Serpentera at us. I'm so mad.
That's a 19 on deception.
Clever girl.
Yeah, this would just be based off of like a passive insight, I would think. Yeah, it seems like it's falling for it.
We're totally going right.
Sight, good adventures go left, ha!
And what is Sammi gonna do?
Cry?
I mean, yeah, but that's a free action. So she's already crying. She's already there. She is going to try and can I blast it with like try and blast it with stars?
I'm assuming you were asking if you can hit it with Star Swift, right? Rip. Okay. Give me a second. Let me try and figure out how that spell works. God damn it.
Here, I'll put it in the chat.
Okay. It says it goes through cover. I will say you can attempt it, yes. It says it goes through cover, and I did just say this thing grabbed you in fucking melee. So, what? Does it need you need to roll to hit, right?
Yeah.
Go for it.
Okay.
Just zooms out. You know, like in some anime where they'll have like something really small in the distance, there'll be like a ding, a little twinkle. That's this Star Swift shooting at it.
It just gets hit by a bishy sparkle. Just lands in its teeth.
Yeah, yeah.
It's ready to chomp your face off. So what did you roll to hit? You have to roll a ranged spell attack. Sorry, say that again? We didn't hear you, hun.
She said 28.
28.
Holy shit! That hits, yeah.
That hits Mechamot.
Cool.
Yeah, roll your damage.
I'm sorry, it's a 26.
Still
I don't know
hits.
if that makes a difference. Okay, it's not a lot of damage, but here we are. How much should it do?
Can hype dice be used for damage?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I doubt it, but I thought I'd ask.
You gotta reread how you got hype dice working now.
It's not a lot of damage, but I'm trying to. I'm fucking trying to do something. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, how far are we range-wise from the base that we're trying to land in?
Oh, that's a good question. Because we were 600 feet away from this thing, but it grabbed us.
Yeah, I'll say...
Well, clearly it's got movement speed for days.
And it threw us down towards the base.
No, it threw you at the Destiny, at the Ranger ship, at the other big spaceship. So there's the base, the gyro base on the surface, and then there's the Henshin ship Destiny. It threw you at Destiny. It basically was like, oh, look at that! 2 birds with 1 stone, and hit 1 bird with the other bird.
I got 5 slashing and 4 radiant.
Okay. You definitely hit it. Clear on. It doesn't seem like it did a lot of damage.
Yes, but I'm trying to hit a giant fucking dragon with a stick. I know it's not gonna do a lot, but I'm doing my best.
Passes to cover. Couldn't it hit the pilot?
Valid point. It was 11 damage, you said, right?
Imagine piloting a ship and somebody fucking shoots you through the screen. Ah, what the fuck?
Basically.
It's just like Power Ranger sparks, you know? They don't actually get hurt, they just...
Yeah. Yeah. And I will say, and as you're you cast your spell, Sammi, and as the rest of you guys are like looking around to try and determine what the hell to do from now, you guys all see a brilliant light as the base that has now stood up sort of puts two of its weird like tunnel arm things together and draws out what looks like a just big beam of blue hollow energy and chucks a massive building-sized hollow lance of energy at the mechabot, at the Tia mech.
So what you're telling me is, I said you're blue now, and then they summon a soul spear that's blue and throw it at it.
I was thinking more of hollow weapon, but...
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And we'll resolve what that does next time, because it's getting late and I think somebody has to go.
Yeah.
So, Aya, do you wanna go ahead and do your plugs before your computer shits the bed again?
Yeah, my computer is freaking out, and send prayers to computer. I do have commissions, but I highly suggest you find some wonderful black artists that are all over Twitter. I've been trying to retweet as many as I can.
What's the hashtag they're using? I'm trying to remember. Is it Black Matters Art?
Drawing while black.
Drawing while black. That's what it is. Thank you. Definitely check it out. A lot of amazing artists. Sorry.
Go check them out. Go donate. And one thing that I will mention, that's not just freaking out.
Maybe try talking a little slower. I know that does it on mine.
Okay.
All right, smartass. Stupid, but we understood it.
You can also find. I'm doing a early one shot on Sunday, where we're gonna go deep diving for a very special sword, and maybe make Callie cry. That's the point. That's the key. That's the goal of the episode. So that's gonna be on Shattered Moon.
Fractured Moon.
Fractured Moon. Thank you. Yeah, it's gonna be on Fractured Moon channel, and it's gonna be really fun. So I think we're gonna be like 7:30 Eastern Standard Time Sunday. Please come check it out. I promise it'll be fun.
I just realized I had myself muted for them. Fractured Moon's down below on the friends list if you're watching on Twitch. Sorry.
Not that whole episode, right?
What episode?
I was like, you didn't have yourself muted for the whole episode, right?
Oh, no, just for the ending part.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So let's see, who's next? Lluis, do you want to go next?
Yeah, sure. Check out my Twitter and my Patreon. I'm an artist. Thank you.
He's really good.
Do you like sexy lizards?
He has a
Go
doctor
check
in
out
house.
his Patreon.
Definitely
Good
follow me if you like sexy lizard.
action.
There's one sexy lizard every week, at least.
It
At least.
contractually obligated, yeah.
Yeah.
And then also sexy elf freckled ladies.
A
Yeah.
lot of Fraggles also. If you like Fraggles,
Mm.
also follow me. And if you like Pokemon and
Yeah.
Pokemon with freckles.
what else do I do?
What do I
my life
Draw
anymore.
sexy ladies and Pokemon.
I got a plug for you.
Sexy Pokemon with freckles.
In the DM's Guild, they just came out with new mythic encounters, and they made a new
right.
version of the Demon Lord Yinogu using the mythic mechanics. And Lluis did the art for that.
I did draw Yinogu and Jubilex for that thing.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I'm gonna be getting it, so I look forward to
Nice. I
seeing
didn't
that.
know that. Reese, what do you have going on?
This is about it
Okay.
for now, anyway.
What about you, Jesse?
Well, Black Lives Matter, silence is violence, all cops are bastards, and my Dark Matter game is going to be having session 0 next Thursday. We won't be
Ooh.
streaming, but I will be editing and posting up live Halloween YouTube. So, stay tuned. Quest for the Quantum Rose is the actual name of the campaign.
Nice.
I like it.
That sounds cool as shit. I have to like badger you about details now.
I'll let you into my DM notes since you're not in the game.
Oh yes, please. I fucking love seeing other people's DM notes. So Callie, what do you have going on?
A lot. You can find me at Caps Callie on Twitter. I also have commissions open, but until the end of June, I will be donating 90% of what you commission to Black Lives Matter charity. Also, if you do donate, and it's from $15 to $25, send me the receipt and I will draw something for you, because we're trying to make a difference. So also Chaos Crew tomorrow at 3 o'clock.
Oh yeah,
We're in jail.
See me in a jail with your life so in a jail cell. Woo!
And the two biggest troublemakers for the party are the only ones not in jail.
Yeah, it's really, really a problem when
AKA
Patience is your
and the
fucking
thief.
attorney. So here we are.
I'm without my duck, so
Don't worry, I got it.
no.
So my stuff, I actually don't have any games until Sunday because sadly Trackless Sea is postponed next week because Maddie has the thing. But Sunday is Waterdeep. I have no idea what the fuck we're doing. Where are we? Where did we leave off?
That sums up the campaign.
I know.
That's just the campaign.
Yeah,
I have no idea.
Mr. Kevin's Wild Ride, but
I think we were getting back on the ship, like getting back on the Spelljammer and like heading
That's
out
right.
of the Retroverse.
We were in Gray Space and we went to Greyhawk and we fought a bunch of cows
Oh,
that
yeah.
wrecked our shit.
We're doing the Retroverse? What the hell is happening over there?
I told
Fuck
Kevin's
knows?
going nuts.
what she initially said very much sums up the current arc we're in, which is the 3 question marks arc.
Yeah.
Where am I? What is this? It's just like
Who knows?
it's madness.
There
It's
are
crazy.
hippo men and trogs that love to read and yeah, who knows?
Assholes Xenon
She's so
Dragonborn.
consistent with my bullshit on my campaign.
I mean, we'll be getting into the conclusion of the adventure pretty soon. He does have plans.
Oh,
for
that's
that.
right. We had to like catch a cataplepus or something last time.
Yeah, there was a herd of them.
Yeah, and it almost
Yeah.
booked us up. Anyway, yeah, the lovely sounds that you've been hearing are from Sirenscape. They're super awesome. It's about 22 a month or every 2 months to get their full everything pack, and it's literally everything they make, including the new sound sets. So go check them out. They're super cool. Keep an eye on my Twitter. Right now, I'm mostly just retweeting a lot of Black Lives Matter stuff because it feels like it's hoping to make a difference. But eventually, hopefully, I'll have some stuff that'll be on DM's Guild. And we'll close out with Scotty.
Okay. Normally I have a bunch of other plugs here, but I think the only plugs I'm going to have are if you follow this channel, I'm going to be trying my best to, like, right after this stream. I've been finding a lot of black Twitch accounts that have been doing streaming. I'm going to be trying to host their stuff. So if you follow me, you'll get to see their stuff and see what they do. And quite a few of them There's a lot of them in the D&D community, which I feel like, why did I not know about these people? They got
Right.
like a few hundred subs and stuff on Twitch, and I'm like, wow, how did I not know about your stuff? Rivals of Waterdeep is one of the biggest ones. So if you haven't been watching that, I would highly suggest it. That's on Wizards of the Coast's official Twitch, I think.
Oh.
If you also Enlightened by Night has some wonderful people over there, all of their stuff, a lot of wonderful, good story, wonderful characters, amazing people. Go
Mhm.
check it out. I highly recommend it if you like vampires and shit.
This isn't something I'm suggesting. Oh, you just go watch it once or whatever. Like watch their stuff continuously. I would say that's what I'm going to be doing the best I can.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
it for me.
So we'll see you guys in 2 weeks, and then next Friday, I guess we'll see you guys for a corruption game where they're definitely not going to get murdered by SCPs.
Yeah, we're secured, contained, and protected. It's fine.
Definitely locked in the concrete box with the things.
Mhm.
Yeah. So we'll see you guys next time. Bye.
Bye-bye.